This boy was obsessed with studying. He worked hard every single day at school, but one day, his teacher told him that if he didn't pay his school fees, he would be expelled. His father hadn't been able to pay the fees for 3 months because the family was extremely poor. Their situation was so desperate that sometimes they had nothing to eat and were forced to eat mud just to survive. Because of this, the boy had to leave school. After that, he focused all his attention on repairing broken radios. One day, he built a small fan using old scrap parts and connected it to a radio. Then he asked another boy to open the door. As soon as the door opened, a strong breeze rushed into the room, causing the fan to spin rapidly. Everyone believed the broken radio would never work again, but after a few moments, the radio suddenly turned on. Everyone watching was shocked and overjoyed. The boy was incredibly intelligent. He always thought differently from everyone else and dreamed of doing something great. For years, there had been no rain in his village. The lack of water had dried up all the crops. One day, he took the radio to his father and connected it to the small fan motor. Soon the radio started working. The boy explained to his father that the small motor was producing enough energy to power the radio. Then he said that if he built a much larger fan, it could generate even more power. But his father couldn't understand his idea. The boy then asked for his father's bicycle, saying he wanted to cut it apart and use it to build a large wind-powered machine that could pump water from underground and save their crops. Hearing this, his father became furious. He started beating his son and shouted that first he had quit school and now he was wasting his time on these useless ideas. The boy was heartbroken. His father even destroyed the small fan he had built, but the boy refused to give up. Every single day, he kept asking his father for the bicycle, but each time, his father refused because it was their only valuable possession. Then one day, his father walked over to him and said that he was finally ready to give him the bicycle. The boy was overjoyed and promised that he would never betray his father's trust. At last, his father agreed and handed over the bicycle. The boy dismantled it and built a windmill. Then he lowered a pipe into a well and connected it to the machine. With the help of his father and several villagers, he raised tall wooden poles and installed the giant windmill on top. Finally, he connected the wires to the motor and released the blades. As the wind began to blow, the windmill started spinning rapidly and the motor came to life. Moments later, water began flowing through the pipe. Everyone burst into cheers. For the first time, the father proudly hugged his son. The boy had turned his dream into reality. Water began flowing across the fields, and within just a few days, the crops started growing once again.